Hi, good evening. Welcome back to Shambhala Studio. I'm Laurence Brahm, and we're at our studio is located in one of the Shambhala ashrams that we have. This one is a mountain retreat, so it's a bit chilly even for this time of the year. And I want to share with you some of the comments that have been coming in from people in our Sangha, in our group, in our family. And just want to share these comments with you. Some of them are very enlightening, and some of them are, worth talking about. So let's look here. Let's see. We have one coming in from Soon Smith. Thank you for this amazing true story about Buddhism, and I thank you, Sun, for being on the journey with us. We just really enjoy sharing what we discover and bringing everybody together around a common shared journey that we all are on together. L. Anthony, pity, the background music is too loud. Now, L. Anthony, I'm actually a fan of Jimi Hendrix, so it might have some effect on directing the music. Anyway, we have a wonderful Bhutanese chantress, Chime Wangmo. She's chanting all of the Guru prayers that we then put to music. We have Razan in our studio in Nepal, and he's working on trying to bring together a rock feeling that I like so much from the 60s and 70s when I grew up, and bringing that sound, because that was a sound of then an awakening period as well, when people were questioning things and trying to understand how the planet synchronizes, and bring that together with her traditional sounds and also the classic sort of music of sitar, drum, the sounds of the Himalayas, and bring it all together in a kind of mosaic. That's what we're trying to do and sharing, and we'll be coming out with an album as well very soon. Sarah 6 writes, Eastern Europe is specifically connected to Vedic India, and Indo-European language connections are much deeper than we can ever imagine. Thank you. I want to thank you, Sarah 6, for bringing that to our attention. Another one of our fellow journey members, BB here, adds, yes, Northern Europe as well. They have their linguistic and thus cultural roots in Indo-European origins, Akka Vedic root. Actually, we are all connected. And when I think back on some of these connections, there's some amazing, amazing connections. When we think about, you had a time where in the kingdom of Odhyana, where the Lotus Master came, there were many, of course, teachers there, not only Buddhist, but there were Hindu and Zoroastrian and shaman, and bringing together all kinds of ideas about how to understand phenomena. At the same time, they had many teachers who were actually in Greece, and a lot of the ideas that we understand in Greek mythology are very much connected to the kingdom of Odhyana, to the Himalayan region. 12 Greek gods were actually 12 Hindu gods. They have the same parallels. So actually, the world is much smaller than we think it is. Globalization, as it's used today, is probably not the correct way of understanding it. We're always together as one planet. And at the same time, people are understanding things from the past. In many different places, they were awakening at the same time. Of course, there were huge Vedic traditions coming into Europe. It's very interesting. I have Irish on one side of my family, or Carl O'Brien clans, and of course, Tara is a very popular Irish name, and Tarakant was the mountain where the princes of Ireland, the royalty was. And all of these things were actually connected to Vedic roots. I mean, all of this was interconnected. So a lot of the traditional philosophies and religions of the Druid, of the Nordic, of the Greek, all had origins that were actually from South Central Asia, the Himalayan region, where all of these practices and traditions we're coming together. Yeah, we're all one big family, actually. Let's see, we have Pam writes, classical vocalist in the background score is heavenly. And Niranjan Navalgund writes, yes, agree with this. We'll be uploading the music score soon. And I introduced in this Chime Wangmo, our amazing, amazing Bhutanese chanter and singer. We are so blessed to have her on our team. And she's been doing all of the vocals with us for each of our films and has some beautiful vocals coming for the sequel that will be released soon, The Dakini Code, Lotus Born Master, and The Event Horizon. And what she's done is she's actually taken the Ishi Sogyo Sadhana and she has sung it together with the mantra of Ishi Sogyo and also Vajrayogini mantra and some other really great prayers and teachings are all being sung by Chime and put to music by Raza and the team at Shambhala Studio in Nepal. So thank you for bringing it up. And yes, we're looking at releasing an album soon. We just have a lot on our stack right now. And so it's coming, but be patient. Okay, patience is also important with everything, right? And what do we have here? Hang on. Niranjan Navagund has written again, you are so connected with the purpose and with your work. You are touching lives of so many souls. Kudos to you and the entire team. The ability to convey a story through cuts, edits is amazing. The music adds to the magic. Cheers. And I want to thank you, Niranjan, for understanding our mission and why we are on this journey and why we're on this journey together. And I want to take a moment here to thank my entire team at Shambhala Studio. I couldn't do it without this team. We've got some incredible people. Chief cinematographer Do Yen has been with me for 2 decades, every single film shoot. We have Amitesh here dealing with our technology platforms, linking people together in an amazing way. We have a wonderful team working with us here. I can't go on to name all the different people. Razan doing the music. And Chen here, she's working with us in the room on all of these productions. There's so many of our team. I'm just, they've been fantastic. And again, without our team, we could do nothing. It's actually kind of how we should all work together. When you work together as a group and you have a shared purpose and a shared identity found in that purpose, you can achieve incredible things with even very limited resources. And I want to share that experience with all of you, because if we can get out there and do that, we can get rid of some of this ridiculous fighting that's going on, where you have institutions and governments with huge resources that are being wasted because people are fighting among each other over really stupid things. These are what we call distracted thoughts. And if everybody was actually to be able to get in touch with their mind, get in touch with their purpose, get in touch with this planet and the universe, and leave all of these kind of petty things aside, wow, we're all on a very big mission together. So thank you, Niranjan, for bringing that to my attention, to our group, and I want to share it with everybody else. And looking here beyond, we have a comment from Niranjan, you're back. Another comment. Thank you for doing this. Came to me at the perfect time. Is there another part to this? Will you be sharing the sounds background score somewhere? I love this as well. Cheers to the entire team. And again, I want to thank you for being on the journey with us. Thanking the team, Chime, Razan, everybody here working together. More amazing vocals are coming. And yeah, what really makes, I think, everyone here on the team, I'm going to speak for everybody, is when we get a message like that, we know that the work we're doing is impacting someone's life, helping someone to get through some troubled times, or helping them to see beyond the mountain to the next place that they want to go or need to go, or to live their dreams. that to us means everything. That's why we're doing this. And so we really are touched by you when we're able to reach out and to help you. If we can give any help through our work, if that gives you any moment of joy or clarity, then it brings a lot of happiness to all of us on the team. I represent our whole team by telling you that. And Judith Asper, excuse me, it's a bit dry up here in the mountains. Judith writes, authentic essence embraced from within, through the void, brings forth much living, primordial loving awareness from an infinite array of vehicles. You being one of them, dear friends, your creative genius efforts in loving action are deeply felt and appreciated. How the perceiver deciphers its meaning will directly pertain to the state of being. A majestic field of colors, divine cold light, a cascade of blessings down the love-filled path to all. And I want to say, Judith, may we all find the path back to our primordial awareness. Thank you for articulating this so beautifully for us. And what's really important is for us to know that we're able to touch somebody, and more importantly, that we're bringing all of you together as a common voice of awareness. And yes, each person's own level or own perspective of awareness belongs to them. They see in something what they need to find. And in that way, each of us is uncovering the magic of the universe in our own way. So thank you so much, Judith. And let's see, we have Tyron Simpson writes, from the springboard of the lotus feet to self-realization. And I want to thank you, Tyron, for being on, that's Tyron, yes, for being on this journey with us. It's about a shared journey of going through not just the Himalayas, but time and space together, and trying to understand how we fit in to this universal matrix and how we can bring about all of our energies together to make it a better planet for everybody else. So thank you so much, Tyron.